We are Group 3. I am Caleb Hawes.
I'm DeSharee.
I'm Belcher.
And we're doing the final project for Dr. Guah Business 101, Intro to Business. And we're actually going to show you today how to correctly do a resume, which is an assignment that we had inside the class. So basically, what we're first going to start off with is how you started off. You basically started off with in bold print. You wanted to print your first and last name. Then you should have your street, and say basically your address, your phone number, and also your email. And basically, right, they shouldn't be around the same font. Since it's in bold, it should actually be like a tad bit bigger. As you can see here, I have mine at 16, and the rest of the font is at 11. And it's single spaced also. So basically, we're going to start off with just basically making our tabs so you can keep track of what all you need to have on your resume. So basically, you're going to start off with the objective, then the education, then the experience, honor, activities. Matter of fact, we're going to make a correction here, honors. I'll go back through and change that. Skills and interests, and your reference. Basically, we want to go ahead and break them down one by one so you can know exactly what you need to have inside of those. So with the objective, it's basically like your summary
of what the whole resume is going to be about.
And it's basically telling about yourself in like a brief couple words. You can move on down to your education. It basically should have like where you are right now in the process, and also like where you went to high school at, what's your GPA currently, and where was your high school located, and what was your GPA at that moment also. Oh yeah, when did you graduate from high school? Oh, excuse me. And it's also supposed to have the anticipated graduation date as far as when you're supposed to graduate from college. Excuse me. Then we're going to move on down to the experience. Basically, it's just like your work, like time on the workforce, or like your job history. Like basically, like what have you all done like in the previous years? Where all have you worked at? And see here, I have SC State Department of English and Modern Language. And here I have where it's located, the time that I've been working there, and basically I provided here just like a brief summary of what all like I have to do, like the different things that I do on the job. And as you can see, I have another source here just basically saying what all I did, when I worked there and where it's located, like different tasks that I had to do inside, like on the job. Then we can go ahead and work our way on down to honor and activities. Basically, I just did like the things that I'm actually doing currently as a student, where I what I'm affiliated with, as far as like different extracurricular activities on campus. Basically being part of a fraternity and like different groups of that such. Basically, you in that area, you would just actually put like the different things like that you were honored for, and like basically things that you actually like tend to do like on campus and off campus. So basically, we can go ahead and move down to the skills and interests. So basically here, I just put like the different skills, like the things that I'm actually comfortable with doing, the things that I'm actually great with doing, like I can actually do it pretty well, like things that I like to do, things that I would like to do as far as like working on the job force or something that I think that would be suitable for me to do. So now we are going to move on down to the last portion of the resume, which is your references. So here I actually put Dr. Guah, which is the department chair of School of Business, because he's actually over like he's the dean of the department, so basically he's able to help verify the things that's on my resume, basically why his name is here. Then I have Dr. Janice Hawes, Department and Chair of Department of English and Modern Language of SC State also, because that's where I did my work study, which is under my experience for SC State Department of English and Modern Language. So basically the references were there to basically like verify the things on your resume, just in case somebody needs to go back and check their info to make sure everything is correct and accurate on there. So basically that's what that was for. So as you can see how on each tabs, everything is bold as it goes through each tab. Like everything is basically like a important selection that's basically going to move on to the next thing. It's in bold, and then you can see like the font is just a little bit smaller as it goes through. As you can see, the font here is 11 all the way through, but as you get to the bold areas, it's just bolded on this section right here. But if you go all the way up, it's actually just a tad bit, a little bit bigger. So you just remember when you're doing your name should be like the center of attention at the beginning. So it should be like a tad bit bigger than your tabs and your address, your name. I mean, excuse me, not your name, but your address, your phone number, your email, and all the rest of the things that actually goes after that. So that's the proper way that you would do a resume. So we have here
The improper way of doing the resume. Notice how in the first resume everything was going down, and this one is just nothing is in order. You have your home phone and cell phone number, which is two of the same number, so that's unneeded information. You can barely see the Gmail. You can barely see any of the things under the name. Next, nothing is bold right here. How everything is just centered is not all centered correctly. It looks like it's dancing. The skills are not they're good, but not for what you've learned in school so far. Work history, not all the work history is put on there, just what's current, and some of it is just cut off. For education, again, nothing is bold, but we do have borders, but nothing is bold for the education, and I don't even have attending SCSU right now. And additional information, I don't have anything from Dr. Guah or the department at all, so that's how you improperly do a resume.